Hey everyone, Will Marshall here, back with another video. Today I want to have a quick talk about gamepads, actually. So one of the things I've been doing in the last couple of months, during this whole COVID-19 pandemic, is I found myself playing a lot more video games. So I wouldn't say I'm a huge gamer, I'm very much a casual gamer. But I found myself, sort of drifting towards my Switch probably more often than I would have done beforehand. So that's been really quite good. And so I've been playing, enjoying some games. I've been enjoying I've been enjoying Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I've been enjoying the new Pokemon Adventure, Pokemon Sword. That's been quite good fun. But one of the things I've kind of missed is a good controller experience. So I've so far used just one of these, right? This is the Joy-Cons with the included little plastic caddy that comes with the Switch, and this works quite well for kind of casual things, and especially when I was predominantly before the lockdown using this on the train when I was commuting, things like that. So that worked really well. But now I've been using it on my sofa a lot more. I've sort of been yearning after a better gamepad, and so I've been looking around to see what there is. So obviously Nintendo did a great first party offering. The Pro controller is quite a good controller, gets well reviewed, but that's quite expensive. It's sort of upwards of £50, and also it has the disadvantage of only being able to be paired with a Switch, I think, or not. I guess if you can pair it with something else, I'm not sure if you can. I guess it wouldn't be very easy to do it. It's got to be a bit of a hack, right? So there's that side of it, and I kind of want a controller that's a bit more versatile, a bit more flexible, something that I can use to pair with my iPad, let's say, or to pair with maybe a media PC or some sort of light gaming PC that may come on the horizon. So there was and so for that sort of Bluetooth controller area, there's obviously a huge range of choice. I mean, the Xbox One remotes seem to get well reviewed, and but again, they're quite expensive. They're sort of upwards of £50. So I was very much on the lookout for some sort of combination controller that I could use, well with the Switch, but also as a Bluetooth remote. And my friend Gominda, who is also on YouTube, he's got his own channel called the Techno G. He put me in the direction of this brand called 8BitDo, and they do a whole range of sort of retro-looking wireless and some wired remotes, and so they have a whole variety here of kind of compact style, traditional sort of dog bone style controllers, like you would get on your Super Nintendo or Super Famicom. They do Sega, old style Sega controllers, but they're all kind of modernized a bit. They're all kind of wireless. A lot of them are Bluetooth. You have kind of dedicated wireless ones, and they also offer a range of adapters that you can use to plug the original controllers in and play them wirelessly. So that's quite cool. I was quite interested with that. So by the way, again, quick shout out to my mate Gominda, who is he's recently published a video on the Xbox Elite controller, Series 2 Elite controller, which is worth a look if you're interested in controller tech. So check that out. I'll put a link to that either in the description, or I'll try and link to it up here in the video. I was quite intrigued by this SN30 Pro Plus remote they do, which is basically it's a Super Nintendo style dog bone remote, but it includes a pair of grips, the design has a pair of grips on it. So one of the great things about it is it's very compatible, cross-compatible with Windows, Android, Mac OS, Steam, Switch, of course, and through the Raspberry Pi. So that was really good for me. And it's also a fairly fully featured remote. So you've got things like, built-in rumble mode, you have, multiple two analog sticks, various customizable features on the triggers and things like that, which you can do through software. All these things kind of put it into the right ballpark for me, which I think was, as a flexible remote, it's quite crucial. So I was keen to get hold of one of these. So I went online to Amazon, picked one up the other day. They're about £38 at the moment. I went for this sort of classic vibe version, so a classic sort of Super Nintendo-ish vibe. That was £38. You can get a black one, which is about £40, I think it was. I think they're all normally around £38, but they sort of fluctuate. So I went for that, and so that's what I went for. And it turned up the other day, and I've got it here. So there we go. There is your that is the Super Nintendo 30 Pro Plus Bluetooth gamepad from 8BitDo. So I'm going to do a quick unboxing of this right now, and then just give you an idea about what's in the box, and then we'll have a look at the controller, and we'll test it out with the Switch and with my iPad. So removable sleeve here, which is quite nice to take the box away. Here we go. So inside the box here, you've got the controller. There it is. The little plastic cover, which you can pull away. Don't really need that. And out it comes. So there you go. Quite a nice sturdy feel there. The remote. So into the box, you also get a USB-C charging cable, for connecting to the computer. USB-C to USB-A. Quite nice. A reminder note about the software you can download. and also some instructions. Now this kind of, I think, goes through, right, yeah, so this goes through essentially the different button combinations that you would press to get to the various inputs. So you have, as I dedicated inputs for the Switch, for Android, Windows, Mac OS / iPad OS, iOS, and various things there. So that's all that. Yeah, but that's not massively interesting. Get rid of the cable and the box, and here we go. Here's the remote. So, oh, hang on, bit of film, peel that off. So yeah, so first impressions of the remote, it's yeah, it's a nice premium feel actually. I wouldn't say I'm a controller aficionado at all, but I was quite keen. I was quite pleased with this actually when I first took it out of the box. It feels very reminiscent of actually a GameCube remote that I used to have. You know, I had GameCube remotes when I was younger, so it feels very reminiscent of that. The plastic is kind of that similar style. Button layout on the front, you've got 2 analog control sticks that sort of sit at the base of this, you know, the traditional sort of Super Nintendo dog bone style controller. You have a D-pad up here on the left hand side. You have 4 buttons, A, B, X, Y on the top right, and then here you have your sort of 2 function keys that I'm pretty most familiar with Switch users. So this one here is your sort of home key for the Switch, and then this one here is a screenshotting key as well. Also start and select, which then also mimic the feature of plus and minus on the Switch remote. So if you look at the top, you've got 2 shoulder buttons, left and right, and 2 left and right triggers. Now the sensitivity and the trigger point of these can be set, I think, in the software, in the software you can download with this remote, which gives it that sort of extra level of customizability, which is a nice feature. You have your USB-C point here for charging, and then you have a connecting pairing button right there. So on the back, not much there. Battery compartment, and then on the bottom you have your 4 lights, sorry, for connecting, to showing which controller you are, what connectivity you're in. And that's kind of about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to now take this away, I'm going to hook it up to the Switch, hook it up to my iPad, play a couple of games, let you know how I feel and how I think the controller responds when gaming. So right, off we go, let's go to the Switch. Okay, so first of all I'm going to look at how this controller works with my Nintendo Switch. So the pairing process is actually really straightforward. So you have, say, as I said before, you have a couple of button combinations to get you into the various different consoles. So I think start and Y is the combination you want for the Switch. Once you're in there, go into the controller settings and you can very easily pair a new grip. Hit the pairing button, it pops up immediately for me. It comes up as a standard Nintendo Pro controller. So I think the button layout there is basically identical to what you would get on that. And once it's on, and that's it. It works perfectly fine. And so yeah, in gameplay, the buttons and the analog sticks are actually really quite good. They feel really good. They've got enough resistance to them, the analog sticks, to feel, you know, premium, to feel yeah, sort of good quality. I wouldn't say they're plasticky or anything. They're probably not as great as like a really premium controller. You're not going to get to something like an Xbox Pro or an Xbox Elite Series controller with this, but you know, it feels really good. I mean, I'd say they are on par with like a PS4 sort of PS4 feel controller for the analog stick. So right here I'm playing Pokemon Sword at the moment. This is my kind of current game of choice. So that's been good. That's been good fun for me over the last few weeks. Here's me battling a Dynamaxed Snorlax, which is quite interesting. One thing that takes a little bit getting used to. If you're used to using a traditional Switch-based remote, then you've got to get used to the fact that your analog stick has moved from the top left corner down to the corner of the grip and the controller, whereas, you know, and the D-pad's now sitting where the analog stick would be on the traditional Switch remote. So you kind of have to get used to that, but that didn't take me too long. I mean, I think controller-wise, you know, if you're used to using a PlayStation-like controller, 2 analog sticks in the middle, and you're not going to have any problem adjusting to this 8BitDo remote control. So okay, so second time out, we're looking at here my my iPad. So my iPad's probably the device I would take it's the portable device I would take with me wherever I go, really. So it's whereas, I mean, I'd obviously take my Switch to a lot of places. I mean, it's quite portable. But if I only had to take one device with me on holiday, say, or traveling, then I'd end up taking the iPad Pro. It's just more versatile. I've got, you know, more space to do various things on the iPad Pro, which is good. So one of the things I might look at doing in some downtime is a bit of casual gaming, some very light gaming. I'm not into anything too heavy, as I said before. But you know, I thought it'd be good to see how this controller, how easy it is to pair and to work with the iPad. Okay, right, so I downloaded a copy of Real Racing 3. It's a Formula 1 racing game by EA, just to kind of test out how this controller works with the racing and how the analog sticks handle a racing game, which is nice. Yeah, they feel really great. As you can see here, the device paired absolutely no problem to the iPad Pro, which is a simple Bluetooth connectivity. Once you've used that button combination, put it into like the Mac input mode, and it pairs sort of as you would expect very quickly with any other wired controller. It comes up as a PlayStation 4 DualShock remote actually, but yeah, once it's paired, no problems at all using it. It then whenever you reconnect it, it pops back up quite quickly. So yeah, as a racing controller, I found it really nice. You know, the analog sticks are a nice feeling, just enough resistance there for it to be nice to feel. Doesn't feel plasticky or anything. It feels like you'd expect of a premium gamepad, to be honest with you. So that's quite a nice feel there. Okay, so another thing that I would also enjoy doing with my iPad is a bit of emulation. So I've downloaded here the Delta emulator through the Alt Store for iPad. You don't have to jailbreak your iPad for this. It's a fairly easy process to get it installed. I'm now spinning up some Super Mario 64, classic platformer game, and let's see how the remote fares here. So I found with this that the remote didn't require any additional button mapping. It just picks up the buttons. You can of course do that in the settings of the software, of course, so you can remap buttons as and where. But I found for Super Mario it worked absolutely fine for me, with all the buttons in sort of the right place that I'd expect them to be for the game. So yeah, it's good. I mean, obviously the Delta app is an old iPhone app that hasn't been optimized for an iPad screen just yet. So it's you know, you have these huge black borders on there. And so it looks a little bit odd, but the emulator itself runs fine. Super Mario is running pretty flawlessly here, which is nice. And again, no problems with the controller. It just hooks up. You could go in there, quickly select the controller as your preferred input method, and off you go. I haven't seen this game for years. This is a great game. I can remember spending hours on this when I was much younger. Alright, that's the end of the video here. I hope you've enjoyed it. This has been my take on the 8BitDo SN30 Pro Plus remote, which has been great. I think a great buy for me. I'm really looking forward to using this further in my sort of casual gaming. If you liked the video, please do hit the like button, and if you'd like to see more content like this on the channel, please do subscribe and hit that bell icon to get notified when I release more videos. I hope to do a few more in the coming weeks. I've got a more full-featured review of the iPad Pro Magic Keyboard coming up in the next week or so, so please watch out for that if you're interested in those sort of things. And yeah, just generally leave any comments below, ask any questions about the remote, the gamepad that you feel you might ask, and I'll definitely get back to you guys there, and sort of we can discuss everyone's thoughts and feelings about these 8BitDo sort of classic looking retro style gamepads. Alright everyone, thanks for watching. I'm going to sign off here. All I can ask you to do is please stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.